Hello friends and welcome to YouTube channel on Engineering Mathematics by Dr. Navneet. Friends, in our previous video lecture we learned how to find the inverse Z transformation by partial fraction, where we learned the partial fraction rule and we solve one example with the help of three region of convergence. Now we are continuing that concept again. So here we are solving the next example, which is based on the inverse Z transformation by partial fraction. So question is, find the inverse Z transformation of Z upon Z minus 1 Z minus 2, where region of convergence is mod of Z is greater than 2. Some people may ask the question in the form, so only find inverse Z transformation of Z upon Z minus 1 Z minus 2, where the value of mod of Z is greater than 2. So in question paper you will get question either in this form or in this form. So now let's try to solve this question. So now friends, we know that for finding the inverse Z transformation, there are two important methods. So first method is inverse Z transformation by binomial expansion, and second is inverse by partial fraction. So question is that whether we have to apply binomial method here or whether we have to apply the partial fraction method. So friends, binomial expansion concept is applicable when we get single term in the denominator, but when we get two or more than two term in the denominator, apply the concept which is called as partial fraction. So here we are getting two terms, that's why we are applying partial fraction concept. So let's first do the partial fraction of this term. So we can write this as f of z as the given function. Let's denote this given function by f of z, and which is z upon, this is z minus 1 Z minus 2. So friends, observe that so these factors are linear because power of Z is 1, and these are non-repeated, so this is first and second factor is different. So we can write the partial fraction for linear and non-repeated factor. So first factor is a upon Z minus 1 plus b upon Z minus 2. So now to obtain the partial fraction, so we can write this as Z is equal to a into, take this denominator to this side, we get this Z minus 1 factor will get cancelled, and we get this as Z minus 2 plus this is b. Then after taking this to this side, Z minus 2 factor will get cancelled, and this is Z minus 1. So now our aim is to find the value of constant a and b. Then in particular, to find the value of constant a, put the value of z in such way that this term becomes 0, and this is possible when we put z is equal to 1. So this factor becomes 0. So we get this as 1 equal to, this is a into, this is 1 minus 1. So we get this as minus 1. So this indicate that value of a is minus 1. So now our next aim is to find the value of b, so that to put the value of z in such a way that this term will become 0. So in particular, if we put z is equal to 2, so this become 2 minus 2 0. So here we get this as 2, this term is 0, then this is b into, this is 2 minus 1 is 1, so we get the value of b as 2. So here we get the value of a as minus 1 and that of value of b as 2. Now friends, let's put this value here, so we can write this as minus 1 upon z minus 1 plus this is 2 upon z minus 2. So friends, after partial fraction we are getting this as the first term and this as the second term. So now we can easily solve the example here onwards. But here if we observe this term carefully, this is negative term, this is positive term. If we write the positive term first, then we get this as 2 upon z minus 2 minus 1 upon z minus 1. So that means there are two possible ways to solve this example. We can continue this example after this step, or we may change this by writing positive term as the first term, or we may solve this part. So but even though we solve this part or this part, you will get the same solution. Now friends, after partial fraction, let's try to first learn the concept of region of convergence. So here a region of convergence is that mod of z is greater than 2. So we know that when we solve any example based on the z transformation, we are writing first summation of that means definition of z transformation, which is summation u k z raised to minus k. We are expanding this summation. Then after expansion we get geometric progression or expansion of some standard function. So we are writing sum, and this is the region of convergence. So here region of convergence is mod of z greater than 2. So now to get region of convergence as mod of z less than 1, we can rewrite this as mod of z upon 2. So this term is greater than 1, but our interest is to get this value as less than 1. So we can write this as 2 upon z is less than 1 after taking the reciprocal of this term. So therefore we can write the given function f of z is equal to, so which is in this form 2 upon z minus 2 and 1 upon z minus 1. So now friends, here value is 2 upon z, and this value is possible. That means for writing this first term in this form and this second term in this form, here the value of r is 2 upon z, so we can write for this first term. But what about this second term? So there is no such type of region of convergence for this second term. But friends, here observe that as mod of z is greater than 2, so as this is greater than 2, so here value is 2. Now for this second factor, so we directly get the information that mod of z is also greater than 1. That means if it is greater than 2, that means obviously it is greater than 1. So if we try to solve this, then we get this as mod of z is greater than 1. After taking reciprocal, we get this as 1 upon z is less than 1, so that we get this region of convergence. So now try to write this condition as, so this is 2 upon. So for this first factor, so to get this standard form, so that we can apply this concept, so write down this term as value of denominator as 2 upon z, and 2 upon z is possible when we take the term z common. So we get after taking z common, we get this as 1 minus 2 upon z, middle sign is minus upon. So now here we get required as 1 upon z term. So 1 upon z is possible when we take the term z common. So then we get this as 1 minus 1 upon z. Now friends, please try to understand that here. So this is the first term where 1 has the first value, and for this second term, this 1 has the first value. Now here everywhere for this standard function, 1 is the first value. So that's why this equation is in our standard form, this equation is in our standard form. That means there is no need to reverse the term. So we can rewrite this as 2 upon z. So we can rewrite this as 2 upon z, then this is 1 minus 2 upon z raised to minus 1 minus 1 upon z, 1 minus 1 upon z raised to minus 1 after taking in the numerator. So this power become minus 1. So now friends, if we try to simplify this, then we get this as 2 upon z as it is. So if we observe this equation, then this is 1 minus 2 by z. That means this is our type 1 minus x raised to minus 1, and its expansion is 1 plus x square plus x cube and so on. So here the value of x is 2 by z. So we can write this as 1 plus 2 by z plus 2 by z its square plus and so on. Our main interest is to get the value of z raised to k. Sorry, we get this as 2 by z raised to k and so on, minus 1 upon z as it is. Again, so we can apply the same concept, 1 minus x raised to minus 1, where the value of x is 1 upon z. So here expansion is 1 plus x, that means 1 upon z, plus x square means 1 upon z its square and so on, 1 upon z raised to k and so on. So here we get the expansion for the first and second term with the help of this formula 1 minus x raised to minus 1. So now this 2 upon z is outside the bracket, take inside. So we get this as 2 upon z plus this is 2 square upon z square plus 2 cube upon this is z cube and so on. So here we get this as 2 raised to k plus 1 upon z raised to k plus 1 and so on. So after taking 2 upon z to the inner side, but our interest is to get the value of coefficient of z raised to minus k. Here we get the value of z raised to k plus 1. So write down one previous term. So we get this as 2 raised to k upon this is z raised to k. So because our interest is to get the value of z raised to minus k. So this is for the first term. Then for second term, if we take this z to the inner side, then we get this as 1 upon z plus 1 upon z square plus 1 upon z cube and so on. In general, we get this as 1 upon z raised to. So this is z raised to k and this is z. We get this as z raised to k plus 1 and so on. But our interest is to only get the value of z raised to k. So if we take one term previous, then we get this as 1 upon z raised to k. So now our interest is to get the value of z raised to minus k. So this is the first series, this is the second series. So here we can write for first series. So this is for the first series and this is for second series. This is for second series. So here for the first series, coefficient of z raised to minus k equal to, this z raised to k is in the denominator, so we can write this as z raised to minus k, and its coefficient is 2 raised to k. So its coefficient is 2 raised to k. Now here again to find the condition on k, in particular put the value of k in such a way that we get this as the first term, this as the second term, this as the third term and so on. So here the condition on k is that, so if in particular if we put k is equal to 1, we get this as the first term. In particular if we put k is equal to 2, we get this as the second term. This is the third term when we put k is equal to 3 and so on. That means here k is greater than or equal to 1. Or some people may write this as value of k is strictly greater than 0. So both way it is possible. So now this is for the first series. Similarly, we can find the coefficient of, so coefficient of z raised to minus k equal to, so this is z raised to minus k, which is minus 1. So this value is minus 1. And now friends, again put the value of k in such way that we get this as the first term, which is possible when k is equal to 1, k is equal to 2 and so on up to infinity. That means condition on k is that k is greater than or equal to 1, or some people may write this as k is strictly greater than 0. So now for writing the inverse Z transformation, we can write this as inverse Z transformation is equal to sequence UK, and which is given as. So while writing the answer for the first and second series, because given example we can write this as first series and this is the second series, or first and second factor. So this is the answer for the first series and this is the answer for the second series for the coefficient of z raised to minus k. So while writing the answer, so check the condition on k. If condition on k is same, then we can combine these two answer. So here condition on k is greater than or equal to 1. Here is also k is greater than or equal to 1. That's why we combine these two answer. So answer is 2 raised to k. Then this is minus 1, where k is greater than or equal to 1, or we can write this as k is strictly greater than 0. So this is the first example of this video lecture. Now let's take the second example. Now friends, here our second example is find the inverse z transformation of z plus 2 upon z square minus 2z plus 1, where the region of convergence is mod of z is greater than 1. So here friends, we know that there are two methods for finding inverse z transformation, by binomial expansion and by partial fraction. So we cannot apply here binomial expansion because this equation is not in the single form. So if we try to denote the given function as, so if we write the given function f of z is equal to, this is z plus 2 upon this is z square minus 2z plus 1, we write this as z plus 2 upon. So for expanding this term, that means to get such type of expansion, we required denominator in terms of such type of standard form. So this equation is not we are getting in this standard form. Now to get this standard form, so try to obtain the factor of this term. So we know that this is the standard expansion of z minus 1 its square. So because its square is z square minus 2z plus 1. So now friends, observe that we can write given example in this form. So here we can obtain the partial fraction of this term, or we may directly solve by binomial expansion. Now here we are solving example by partial fraction. So we can write this as a upon z minus 1 plus this is b upon z minus 1 its square. Because of the repeated repeated factor, so this factor is repeated twice, so which is linear and repeated. So according to the partial fraction rule, we can write its partial fraction in this way. So here if we try to simplify this, then we get this as z plus 2 which is equal to, after taking this to this side, we get this as a into z minus 1. So this is a into z minus 1 plus this is b, after taking this to this side, so z minus 1 will get its square will get cancelled. So if we simplify this, then we get this as az minus a plus b, this is z plus 2. So if we compare the like power term coefficient, then we directly get the value of a as here we get the value of a as 1. Now value of constant is 2 is equal to minus a plus b, so which is 2 is equal to minus 1 plus b, so we get the value of b is equal to 3. So here in this way we get the value of first and second term. So now we can write this as 1 upon z minus 1 plus this is 3 upon z minus 1 its square. So friends, in this way we get the value which is called as the partial fraction of the given equation. So after getting this partial fraction, so try to write the condition. So condition on z is that mod of z is greater than 1. So this is the region of convergence. But according to our concept, we require region of convergence as mod of r less than 1. So we can write this as 1 upon z is less than 1 after taking the reciprocal of this function. So now friends, this is the first term and this is the second term. In both the term z minus 1 is there, here is also z minus 1. So this is 1 upon z less than 1. So that means only one condition is sufficient. So therefore we can write f of z is equal to, so for the first term we write this as 1 upon z, so this is 1 minus 1 upon z. So from this first term, if we take the term z common, then we get this as 1 upon r. So 1 upon z, which is the value of r. So now this is for the first term, then plus this is 3 upon, so here also we can write this as 1 minus 1 upon z, then its square, and this is possible when we take the term z square common. So that's why here z square common. Now friends, if we once again simplify this, then we get this as 1 upon z. If we take this in the numerator, then 1 up minus 1 upon z, so raised to minus 1 after taking the numerator. So then this is plus 3 upon z square, and this is 3 upon z square. After taking the numerator, we get this as 1 minus 1 upon z raised to minus 2. Now friends, our next aim is that to obtain such type of expansion. So now we can write this as 1 upon z as it is. So if we observe this term, then this term is 1 minus 1 upon z raised to minus 1. That means this term is of the form 1 minus x raised to minus 1. Its expansion is 1 plus x square plus x cube and so on. This is binomial expansion. So where value of x is 1 upon z. So its expansion we can write this as 1 plus 1 upon z plus 1 upon z its square plus and so on. Our main interest is to get the value of kth term. So we can write this as 1 upon z raised to k and so on. So plus this is 3 upon z square as it is. So this 3 upon z square as it is. So again, try to simplify this second bracket. Second bracket is 1 minus 1 upon z raised to minus 2. Here power is minus 2. So here power is minus 1. So for minus 2 power, so we can use this result f. So 1 minus x raised to minus 2, which is 1 plus 2x plus 3x square plus 4x cube and so on, where the value of x is 1 upon z. So we can write this term as 1 plus 2 into 1 upon z, because value of x is 1 upon z, plus this is 3 into 1 upon z square, plus and so on. In general, we are interested in the kth term, where kth term is k plus 1. So this is k plus 1. Then x raised to k, where x raised to k means this is 1 upon z raised to k. So here we get this type of condition. Now friends, this is the expansion of first and second term. Take this 1 upon z to the inner side. So we get this as 1 upon z plus 1 upon z square plus 1 upon z cube and so on. This is 1 upon z raised to, so we can write this as 1 upon, this is z raised to k, and this z we get this as z raised to k plus 1. But interest is to get the value of z raised to k. So that's why I write down one previous term. So we get this as z raised to k and so on. So this is for the first term. Then plus sign. So take this 3 upon z square to the inner side. So we get this as 3 upon z square plus this is 2 into 3 then upon this is z raised to power is 3 plus this is 3 into 3 upon power is z raised to 4 and so on. So in general we get this as 3 into k plus 1 into 1 upon z raised to k plus 2. So here friends, please try to understand that our interest is to get the value of z raised to k plus 1 k term. Here we get this as z raised to k plus 2. So if we write previous term, then previous term is z 3 into k upon z raised to k plus 1. So if we write the previous term, and this is z into k minus 1 upon z raised to k. So this is the kth term. So because our interest is to this k term. So for the first series, and for second series, for this first series, coefficient of z raised to minus k is equal to. So for this first series, coefficient of z raised to minus k is, this value is 1. Again, find the condition on k in such a way that we get this as the first, this as the second, this as the third and so on term. So here it is possible when we put k is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on up to infinity. That means condition on k is that k is greater than or equal to 1. Now for this second series, coefficient, so here coefficient of z raised to. So again here we get this z raised to k in the denominator, and its coefficient is 3 into k minus 1. Again find the condition on k. That means put the value of k in such a way that we get this as the first term, this as the second term and so on. So we get this as the first term when k is equal to this term is 2. Then we get this as z raised to 2. That means here k start from 2. So k is 2, then greater than or equal to 2. Then this is k is equal to 3 and so on. So this is the coefficient for z raised to k for the second series. So now our interest is to write down the inverse z transformation. So inverse z transformation of given function is sequence uk, and which is given as. So here friends, for this first series, condition on k is that k is greater than or equal to 1, and for this second series, condition of k is that k is greater than or equal to 2. So that's why we write the answer to this term as, so we can write the answer to this term as 3k k minus 1 for k is greater than or equal to 2, and this value is 1 for k is greater than or equal to 1. Now friends, let's take the third example here. So example is find the inverse Z transformation of 2z square minus 10z plus 13 divided by z minus 3 square z minus 2, and a region of convergence is that mod of z lies between 2 and 3. So friends, here so these the two terms which is present in the denominator. Whenever two or more than two terms are available in the denominator, we are applying the concept which is called as inverse Z transformation by partial fraction. So first do the partial fraction. So for that, let's denote the given function as f of z, which is 2z square minus 10z plus 13 divided by, this is z minus 3 its square, z minus 2. We can write this as a upon. So friends, observe that, so this is linear and this is also linear but repeated, so we can write it factor for this first term as z minus 2 plus this is b upon, so this factor, that means this factor is repeated twice, we can write this as z minus 3 plus c upon z minus 3 its square. So in this way we apply the concept which is called as partial fraction. Now find the value of constant a, b and c. Take this to this side, we get this as 2z square minus 10z plus 13 is equal to. So after taking these to this side, we get this as a into, now this is z minus 3 its square plus b into z minus 2, then z minus 3 plus this is c into z minus 2. So we just take this to this side, then we get such type of term. Now friends, to find out the value of constant a, b and c, so to find the value of a, this z minus 2 is available in this two term. So first is that put z is equal to 2, so this term and this term become 0. So now this time this term become 2 square is 4 to the 8, so this is 8 minus this is 10 to the 20 plus 30 is equal to this is minus 1 square, that means a only, because this is 2 minus 1 is minus 1 square is a. So we get this as 8 21. So that means we get the value of a is equal to 1 after solving this equation. So now friends, let's try to solve this equation for b or c term. So now here this 3 z minus 3, here is also z minus 3, so we get the value of c. So next observation is that put z is equal to 3, so we get this as 3 square 9, then this is 18 minus this is 13 plus 13 is equal to, so this term is 0, this term is 0, so we get this as 3 minus 2 1, that means this is c. So we get this as 20, then 31, then this is 30, that means c is also equal to 1. Now question is to find out the value of b. So by substitution it is not possible. Now just try to simplify this term, so that we get this as 2z square minus 10z plus 30 is equal to, we can write this as a into, this is z square minus 3 to the this is 6z plus 9 plus b into, this is z square minus this is minus 3z and 2z, which is minus 5z plus 3 to the 6 plus this is cz minus 2. So in this way we get expansion of this term. So if we combine the coefficient of z square, we get this as a plus b plus coefficient of z, which is minus 6a minus 5b plus c, then combine the constant which is 9a plus 6b minus 2c. Now friends, this side is 2z square minus 10z plus 30. Already we got the value of a and c. Our aim is to only find out the value of b. So if we compare our like power term coefficient, then here z square term, so its coefficient is 2 is equal to a plus b. No need to write down the remaining term, because already we get the value of a and c. Only find out the value of b. So here value of a is 1, so we get this as 1 is equal to, this is plus 1 plus b. After taking this side, we get the value of b is equal to 1. So here the value of constant a is 1, b is 1 and c is also equal to 1. So we can write this as 1 upon z minus 2 plus 1 upon z minus 3 plus 1 upon z minus 3 its square. So in this way we get the value which is called as partial fraction. So we are getting the value of constant a and b with the help of partial fraction. Now after partial fraction, it is always possible for us to convert given equation in terms of standard form. So we are doing the partial fraction because after partial fraction it is always possible for us to get equation in such type of standard form, so that we can easily find the answer. So now friends, we can write here the region of convergence as so 2 is less than mod of z, so this is 2 is less than mod of z less than 3. So if we try to simplify this, then 2 is less than mod of z and mod of z is less than 3. So we can write this as 2 upon z is less than 1, and from this term we get this as mod of z upon 3 is less than 1. So this is the region of convergence for which is mod of r is less than 1. So if we apply this concept here, then we get the value of f of z is equal to, for this first term 1 upon z minus 2 is there, so we can write this as r as 2 upon z, so which is 1 upon so we get z common, then which is 1 minus 2 upon z. So after taking z common, we get value of r, so that we get the standard form. Now next term is plus, now here the term is z minus 3, where the value of r is z upon 3. So now to write this term here, we get this as z upon 3 minus 1, and it is possible when we take the term 3 common. Then plus again here, if we take the term 3 common, its square, then this is z upon 3 minus 1 its square. So now friends, this is the example where we are getting 3 terms. This is first, second and third term. But friends, please try to understand that this first term is in our standard form, because for the standard form we require 1 as the first term. So because here everywhere 1 as the first term. But for this second term, 1 is not the first term. Here is also 1 is required for the first term. Then we can rewrite this equation as 1 upon z, then 1 minus 2 upon z raised to minus 1 after taking the numerator. If we write this as the one term, then minus will become common, so we can write this as minus 1 upon 3, then 1 minus z upon 3 raised to minus 1. Then again this is minus 1 upon 3, so this is a square, so we cannot write this as minus, because this is again 3 square. 1 minus, this is z upon 3 raised to minus 2. So once again, please try to understand this concept. So we write this as 1 upon z, then after taking this in the numerator, we get this as 1 minus 2 upon z raised to minus 1. So for this term, we can write this as 1 upon 3 minus sign, then 1 minus z upon 3. So if we take this in the numerator, we get this as minus 1 upon 3, 1 minus z. So now for this term, so we can write this as 3 square, 1 minus, this is z upon 3 its square, and we can write this as minus 1 raised to 2, because here power is 2 and this power become positive. That's why this term is positive. So this is the way to write down the given series. Now friends, let's try to simplify this. So here, so first term is 1 upon z. Now here, if we try to simplify this term, then this term is of the type 1 minus x. So this formula is applicable. 1 minus x raised to minus 1. Here power is minus 1, where value of x is 2 by z. So we can write this as 1 plus x square plus x cube, and so on. If we try to simplify this, then we get this as 1 upon z, then 1 plus this is 2 by z plus, and so on. In general, we can write this as 2 upon z raised to k, and so on, because this is our interest to get the value of z raised to k. Now this is for the first term. Now second term is minus 1 upon 3 as it is. Once again, this equation is in this form where the value of x is z by 3. So we can write this as 1 plus z by 3 plus this is z by 3 its square, and so on. This is z by 3 raised to k, and so on. So this is the second term. Now third term is plus 1 upon 3 square. Then again try to simplify this 1 minus z upon 3 raised to minus 2. Now this is 1 minus z upon 3 raised to minus 2. Here power is minus 2. So this formula is applicable. 1 minus x raised to minus 2, which is 1 plus 2x plus 3x square plus 4x square, and so on. If we apply this formula, then we can write this as 1 plus 2 z by 3 plus 3 z by 3 its square, and so on. In general, we can write this as k plus 1, then x raised to k. That means we can write this as z upon 3 raised to k, and so on. So in this way we get the expansion for this third bracket. So now take this 1 upon z to the inner side. We get this as 1 upon z plus this is 2 upon z square, and so on. In general, we get this as 2 raised to k upon z raised to here k plus 1, and so on. This is the first bracket, but here we get the power of z as k plus 1. Because this is z raised to k and this is z raised to 1, but our interest is to get the value of z raised to k. So let's write down one term previous to this. So this is 2 raised to k, previous term is 2 raised to k minus 1 upon this is z raised to k. So in this way we get the value of z raised to minus k. That is our requirement. Now here middle sign is minus. Again take this 3 to the inner side. We get this as 1 upon 3 plus z upon 3 square plus, and so on. This is z raised to k upon 3 raised to. So this is 3 raised to k and 1 upon 3. That means this is 3 raised to k plus 1. Then again we can continue in this way. We can continue in this way. Next term is plus. If we take this 1 upon 3 square to the inner side, then this is 2 into z upon 3 raised to 2 plus 1, that means this is 3, and so on. We get this as k plus 1 z raised to k upon 3 raised to, this is 3 raised to k and 3 square. We get this as 3 raised to k plus 2, and so on. So friends, this is the first series, this is the second series, this is the third series. Now to find out the inverse Z transformation means find out the coefficient of Z raised to minus k. So for first series, this is for the first series, this is for second series, and this is for third series. This is for third series. So now here coefficient of z raised to minus k equal to, so this is z raised to minus k, its coefficient is 2 raised to k minus 1. Now find the condition on k. So here in particular put k is equal to 1, we get this as the first term, k is equal to 2, 3, 4, and so on. That means condition on k is that k is greater than or equal to 1. So for the first series. Now friends, here for the second series, so we get coefficient of z raised to k. Now here we get directly z raised to minus k coefficient, but here z raised to k is in the numerator, so that's why we get z raised to k coefficient, and its value is, this is minus, and this value is 1 upon 3 raised to k plus 1. Now again find the condition on k. In particular, put the value of k in such a way that we get this as the first term, that k is equal to 0. This is the second term when k is equal to 1. That means here k is greater than or equal to 0, because this is possible when k is equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on. But our interest is to get the value of z raised to minus k. So therefore we can write coefficient of z raised to minus k is equal to, that means replace k by minus k, we get this as 1 upon 3 raised to minus k plus 1. We can write this as minus time 3 raised to k minus 1 for k is greater than or equal to 0. So we can write this as k is greater than or equal to 0. So now this become k is less than or equal to 0, because we replace k by minus k. So this condition become less than or equal to 0. So then for the third series, coefficient of z raised to k. So coefficient of z raised to k. So here z raised to k is in the numerator, and its coefficient is k plus 1 upon 3 raised to k plus 2. Again find the condition on k. So in particular, put the value of k in such a way that we get this as the first term. Then it is possible when we put k is equal to 0, k is equal to 1 and so on. That means k is greater than or equal to 0. But here we get the value of z raised to k. So therefore coefficient of z raised to minus k is equal to, we get this as minus k plus 1 upon 3 raised to minus k plus 2, and here k is less than or equal to 0. Moreover, we can write this as minus k plus 1, this is the first bracket, then 3 raised to k minus 2. So this is 3 raised to k minus 2. So friends, in this way we get the solution to the third series. Now our aim is to find out the inverse Z transformation of given function f of z, which is sequence uk. But this sequence uk is split into the three parts. This is the first part, this is the second part, and this is the third part. But for the second and third part, condition on k is less than or equal to 0, and for the first part condition is different. So we can write this as 2 raised to k minus 1, k is greater than or equal to 1, and this value is minus 3 raised to k minus 1. Then again this is plus minus k plus 1, then 3 raised to k minus 2. This is for k is less than or equal to 0. So in this way we can easily solve the example based on the inverse Z transformation by partial fraction. So here in this video lecture we cover 3 examples. Friends, now let's take some example for your practice purpose. Now friends, for testing your knowledge purpose, 4 examples are given here. So first example is that find the inverse Z transformation of 1 upon z square minus 3z plus 2, where the region of convergence is mod of z is greater than 2. So now friends, first obtain the factor of this term, then apply the partial fraction, then we get answer as 2 raised to k minus 1 minus 1 for k is greater than or equal to 1. Second example is z upon z minus 2, z minus 3. Then there are 3 regions of convergence. This is the first region of convergence, that mod of z is less than 2. The second region of convergence is that mod of z lies between 2 and 3. And third region of convergence is that mod of z is greater than 3. So now this is the answer to the first, this is the answer to the second, and this is the answer to the third region of convergence. And now third example is z upon z minus 1, z minus 2 where mod of z is greater than 2. Answer is 2 raised to k minus 1 for k is greater than equal to 0. Then last example is 2z square minus 5z upon z minus 2 z minus 3 and region of convergence is mod of z is greater than 3. So now answer is 2 raised to k plus 3 raised to k for k is greater than or equal to 0. So try to solve this 4 important example. Now friends, here we will stop. I hope you people like this lecture. So thanks to one and all. Thank you.